Hi everybody, it's Greato here, and today I have another LEGO Star Wars set I'm going to review. It is the Death Star Cannon from A New Hope. It is from the October wave of 2019 sets. So let's take a look at the minifigures. The first minifigure we're going to look at is ObiWan Kenobi from A New Hope. And he has a cape this time. He hasn't had a cape for a while, so that is nice. The front printing is new. There's lots of detail. There's a bit of gold tinting there. If you turn it towards the light, it lights up a little bit more. That is nice. There's also some buttons, so I didn't notice that. Buttons on his belt that light up. So that's nice. The lightsaber looks good. There's no bubbles in it, which is good because LEGO is getting better at doing them not with bubbles, but they do it sometimes. The hood piece is the new hood piece for 2019. It looks great. Yeah, it has a nice angle here that looks nice. I think it bulges out a little bit too much there. I think there's printing on the back. Just gonna check. Hold on. And there we are. Yep, there is printing. So, it looks pretty much like the front. The front is a little more detailed, but I think it works. There's no printing on the legs. They usually do printing on the legs, and I think for a main character like ObiWan Kenobi, I think they should do printing on the legs. But yeah, overall, good figure, just I wish there was printing on the legs. Figure... blurry again. Hold on. There. The second figure we're going to look at is a Death Star Cannon Gunner, and most of this figure looks great. Like, the helmet molding is obviously great. I think they nailed it from the movie. It looks just like the ones from A New Hope. It might be in the Return of the Jedi too, but I'm not sure. So they have a printing on the helmet right there, Empire logo. If you look very carefully here on the side, it's really hard to see, but there is some blue and possibly red there. They added some detail. I don't think they needed to do that, but that's great extra detail. There's some extra shiny silver right there. That looks nice. Again, there's like metal-like printing on there, which of course is very nice. There's some printing on the legs. Looks good. Back printing. It looks good to me. Yeah, overall great figure. The second category we're going to look at is playability. And there's quite a bit of playability on this. Like, not a lot, but for $25 in Canada, it's quite a bit. So this turns and moves up and down. So you can't turn it all the way around because this runs into the wall there. Same with this side. But you can move it quite a bit. Mostly I'll be wanting to fire it out of this tiny window. This is what that looks like from here. So that looks nice. This turns on the back. Don't know if that's an unintentional play feature, but not much really there. This does shoot with a spring-loaded shooter, so you just take this out, load it in this hole, wait till it clicks, aim it out the window, and then it's a little hard to get to, but you just push this down right there. So, shoots off with a bunch of force. And that's it for this side, and this has a little bit of playability. ObiWan Kenobi can kind of push some buttons here for fun, and ObiWan Kenobi can also pull this down. So pretend that this turns off the hyperdrive, or no, tractor beam here, and just to actually make that happen, there's a knob here, and you pull it out, and it just slides in. So this isn't connected at all, it just pops out. And I do like that feature very much, but it is kind of wobbly. It doesn't stay solidly straight. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for playability. The next category we're going to look at is interior, and you could argue that all of it is interior, because it's all inside the Death Star, but you could also argue there's no interior. So, there's a spot for Obi-Wan Kenobi to walk on here. It kind of gets a little bit cramped. I'll show you that in a minute. Hold on. So that's what ObiWan Kenobi looks like on it. It is a little bit cramped, like one leg kind of hangs off. Here, you can kind of get, if you kind of angle his lightsaber like that, then you can get a pose where he's kind of all on, but yeah, so it's not a lot of room, but I think it works for the size. It would have looked really bulky if they tried to enlarge that anymore. This doesn't have a seat, but it has a place where you can fit a figure, like the Death Star cannon gunner. So interior is kind of a hard category to look at for this set, but overall, the amount of playability platforms that you have is enough. Next category we're going to look at is price, and this costs $25 in Canada. And at first that might seem a little much for just this tiny thing, but if you look at it in context with this, two of these, like nowadays, this costed $13, but two of these costs $25. So, if you look at it like that, like, you could say this cannon kind of matches one microfighter, and this and that matches one microfighter. It actually becomes a better value than two microfighters almost, if you think of it that way. So, I think the price is good. The category we're going to look at is look. So, how it looks compared to the movie, and how it looks just in general. How it looks in general, I think it looks nice, but it also looks a little weird. Like, these two things are a little bit too close. These two were never seen side by side in the movie, actually, but it's kind of cool that they merged them in one set, but it's a little weird that way. This looks good, minimal detailing, but I think it's okay. It does the job. They could have done a little bit more. Here, I do like the detailing on this. Like, there's a console there, a thing, like a little lever. There's also some trans red piece there to maybe for like a console. I think there's enough detail there. I think it looks quite nice. Here, the cannon, it looks great. It's a small. I don't think the actual ones were that tiny, but for the size of the set, it works. I think the size is nice. How it looks compared to the movie is a little bit of a different story. It kind of, well, as I said before, these two things don't even go together, so it's a little bit strange that like it would make a set like that. I do like them together, but there's also another problem. ObiWan Kenobi is supposed to turn off the tractor beam and sneak past a cannon. I'm pretty sure he could use the Force, but two stormtroopers is easier to get by than a whole cannon. And it's a little bit cramped. And what if, for example, an X-Wing was flying by here, and this spun around too fast to hit and shot the hyperdrive, or shot the tractor beam? So that'd be a little strange too. I think it works, but it's just a little bit cramped. Like, also in the movie, he kind of walks here, does this, and then uses the Force to make a sound over here, and then walks by. There's no two platforms. You kind of have to walk on and walk right into the cannon. So I think that just how close everything is a little bit weird. If you're looking for a movie-accurate set for the Death Star, this is not really the set to get. But if you just like the Death Star in general and you need one of these things for your setup, this is a good set. It's just not movie-accurate. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed it, please leave a like. If you have a comment, please leave it in the comment section below, and I'll see you next time.